In this chapter, we're going to take a look at creating a new expression called a conditional statement. Conditional statements are one of my favorite features of Access queries. They allow you to create an automated decision-making process. They're very flexible and very powerful, and can automate some complex tasks in a short amount of time. Essentially, a conditional is an if-then statement. In Access, we'll use the function called IIf. The IIf function has a specific syntax that must be followed. It has three required arguments: the expression to evaluate, the piece to return if true, and the piece to return if false. And if you're wondering, no, that isn't a typo. There are two i's in the function name. The first I stands for inline, so sometimes you might hear this referred to as the inline if function. The first argument of an IIf is the expression. Here, we can use any mathematical expression that evaluates to true or false. Usually, this will involve the mathematical expressions or text expressions that we learned earlier in the course. These include less than, greater than, equal to, and, or, not, etc. Here's an example of how a completed IIf function might look. In this function, the condition to evaluate asks if the sales are greater than 100,000. If the sales are over 100,000, then the true part is returned, which in this case is a text string that reads met goal. If the sales are not over 100,000, then the false part is returned, or the text below goal. If we apply that function against a data table, each record gets evaluated separately. So if we go through this table of stores and their sales totals, we'll evaluate the store number 101. The number 103,588 gets plugged into the function, and it evaluates. In this case, it'll read 103,588 is greater than 100,000. That is a true statement, so the true part gets returned. The next store gets evaluated. 125,491 is greater than 100,000. Again, that's a true statement, so the function returns met goal. The third store then gets evaluated, and the expression will read 98,743 is greater than 100,000. Well, that is a false statement, so the false part of the function is returned, and we'll see below goal for that record. The function continues down the list and evaluates every record in turn. So that's just one example of the types of things that a conditional IIf function can do for you. If it all seems a little bit complicated at this point, don't worry. You'll be flying through conditional statements soon enough and dreaming up new ways to build them into your workflow. We'll start in the next video by building our own IIf functions using the expression builder back in Microsoft Access.